Ever get that, like, little nod of anxiety when you're about to hit send on a crypto transfer?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Sending your hard-earned digital dollars off into the vast unknown of cyberspace, you know? You're not alone if you felt that little twinge of worry, like, are my funds gonna actually make it where they're supposed to go?
It's a pretty natural reaction, actually. I mean, the digital world can be a bit opaque sometimes, right? Especially with finances.
Right, exactly. So to combat that feeling, today we're going to really deep dive into a specific crypto skill that'll give you a lot more confidence when moving your funds around.
Okay, love it.
We're breaking down step by step how to move USDT, that's Tether, a stablecoin, from your SafePal wallet to Binance, which is one of the big crypto exchanges out there.
Great choice. Very common scenario.
Yeah, for sure. But our goal here isn't just to walk you through the button clicks. We're going deeper, want to understand what's actually happening under the hood.
Yeah, you got another why behind the what, right?
Exactly. It's about feeling empowered, not just following instructions blindly. So our roadmap today is a really solid YouTube video by the Future Forward channel. It's called, get this, How to Transfer USDT from SafePal Wallet to Binance. Step-by-step guide. #USDT to Binance.
Straightforward title. I like it.
Totally. And they get right to the point in the video, which is great. But we're going to extract the key takeaways, dig into the nuances, and really equip you, the listener, with the knowledge to do these transfers smoothly, securely, and confidently.
It's about transforming that anxiety into, like, a sense of, I got this.
Totally. By the end of this deep dive, you'll be handling this specific transfer like a total pro.
Love that.
Oh, and one more thing. The video actually hints at a super common mistake people make during these transfers.
Oh, I know the one.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
Right. And it can have some pretty gnarly consequences, so we'll be sure to spotlight that at the right moment so you can avoid it.
Often it's the little things that can trip you up in the crypto world.
Okay, so first things first. Before you even think about moving any crypto, you absolutely need to have your seed phrase sorted. The video calls it the master key to your crypto fortune.
Not an exaggeration at all.
No, not at all.
Think of it like the only key to a safe deposit box where all your crypto is stored.
Perfect analogy. And this is where some unbreakable rules come in. Never, ever share your seed phrase with anyone. Ever. No legitimate person or service will ever ask you for it.
Exactly. Huge red flag.
Yep. Second rule, never store it digitally. No notes app, no emailing it to yourself, and definitely no screenshots.
Right, yeah. Anything digital is just too vulnerable, Way too easy to get hacked.
For sure. So old school is the way to go here. Write it down on a piece of paper and store it securely offline.
Like really securely. Multiple layers of security is not overkill.
Definitely not. All right, now before you even think about hitting send, let's run through a quick pre-transfer checklist for your SafePal wallet.
Okay, good idea.
So step 1, open up the app, make sure it's all working correctly, no weird error messages or anything like that.
Just a quick visual check,
Exactly, just to be safe. Now, even more important, make sure you have a secure backup of that seed phrase.
Seriously, cannot stress this enough.
I know, the video really hammered it home too, and for good reason. If something happens, like you lose your phone and you don't have that seed phrase backed up,
You're in trouble.
big trouble. Like your funds are gone forever, no forgot password button in crypto land.
Nope. It's decentralized, remember. You're your own bank, which means you're responsible for your own security.
So, listener, if you're not 100% sure you have that seed phrase written down and stashed somewhere safe, pause this deep dive right now.
Seriously, go do it now.
Well, wait. Go into the SafePal app, it's usually in a security or backup section, and follow the steps. We'll be here when you get back. Okay, assuming you've got that handled, let's get back to prepping for the transfer. Open SafePal again and just glance at your USDT balance. Make sure it's what you expect.
Always good to visually confirm.
All right, SafePal is good. Now over to Binance. Let's get it ready to receive your USDT. Log in, then head to the wallet section.
Usually it's at the top or bottom of the screen.
Yep, depends if you're on mobile or the website. Once you're in the wallet overview, click Deposit and choose USDT.
So Binance knows exactly what's coming in.
Right. Now here's where things get, critical.
Yeah, this is important.
You got to pick the right blockchain network for your deposit. The video's, super serious about this.
As they should be.
Right. Because if you get this wrong, your funds, poof, gone.
It's like sending a letter to the wrong address, but there's no return to sender.
Oof. Okay. So the video breaks down 3 main networks, ERC20, TRC20, and BP20.
We should probably go through each of those, huh?
Yeah, Good idea. Let's start with ERC20, the Ethereum network.
The OG, right.
Pretty much. Big advantage, ERC20 is supported almost everywhere, including both SafePal and Binance.
Yeah, most wallets and exchanges are compatible with it.
And it runs on Ethereum, which has a really strong reputation for security and reliability.
Like a super secure, well-established bank.
Right. Downside is ERC20 usually has higher fees.
Especially when the network's congested.
Exactly. And it can be a bit slower, like 5 to 15 minutes for a transaction to go through.
Still faster than traditional banking, though, right?
True, true. So the video suggests using ERC20 if security is your top priority and you don't mind potentially paying more or waiting a bit longer.
Like a premium delivery service.
Yep.
Extra secure, but a bit pricier.
Perfect analogy. Next up, TRC20 on the Tron network.
Now, this one's known for being fast.
Super fast and cheap. Like fees are almost nothing.
Yeah, sometimes close to zero.
And important for us, it's fully supported on both SafePal and Binance.
Tron's built for speed and low cost, perfect for moving stablecoins around.
Exactly. But there's a little catch.
It's a little less decentralized than Ethereum.
Right, which some people see as a slight security trade-off.
The video recommends it if you want a good balance, fast, cheap, without sacrificing too much on security.
Makes sense. And last but not least, BP20, which is on the Binance Smart Chain network, or BNB chain as they call it now.
That one's really tied into the whole Binance ecosystem, right?
Yeah, very tightly integrated. So it's also got low fees and super fast speeds, similar to TRC20.
Good for if you do a lot of stuff within Binance.
Yep. But the catch here is that it's not as widely compatible outside of Binance compared to the other two.
So if you're mainly interacting within the Binance world, it's great, but maybe not the best if you're using other platforms.
Got it. So for our specific case, moving USDT between SafePal and Binance, the video kind of leans towards TRC20 as the sweet spot.
Yeah, low fees, fast, and both platforms support it.
But here's a pro tip from the video. When you're on the deposit page in Binance, they'll actually show you all the network options and the fees for each one.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah, so you can always just double check and pick what works best for you in the moment.
Makes sense. But generally, TRC20 is a good bet.
Now, quick question for you, the listener. Are you totally clear on the difference between ERC20, TRC20, and BP20? If not, that's totally fine.
Yeah, it can be a bit confusing at first.
The video recommends pausing and maybe looking up a quick explanation of blockchain networks if you're unsure.
Worth it to understand the basics. It'll make things so much smoother.
All right, so with all that groundwork laid, step 2. Copy your deposit address from Binance. The video gets all excited here, like, here comes the exciting part.
Maybe not exciting, but definitely crucial.
Yeah. So on Binance, in that deposit section for USDT, make sure you've got the right network selected, let's say TRC20 for our example, and you'll see a copy address button. Click that. This copies your unique deposit address, specifically for TRC20 on Binance, to your clipboard.
Like your account number for receiving USDT on that specific network.
Okay, remember that common mistake we mentioned earlier? This is where it usually happens.
Yeah, got to be careful here.
The video says a lot of people lose funds because they either copy the wrong address, like an old one, or one for a different crypto.
Oh, I've done that.
Easy to do. Or, and this is just as bad, they pick a different network on SafePal when they go to send the USDT than what they chose in Binance.
And then the crypto's basically lost in the ether.
Pretty much. Impossible to recover.
Blockchain doesn't care about your mistakes, unfortunately.
So double, triple check everything. Make sure the address you pasted into SafePal matches what you copy from Binance, every single character. And make sure the networks match exactly.
Read those addresses carefully. Compare the beginning and the end to be extra sure.
Good tip. All right, deep breaths. Binance is prepped. Now, step 3. Sending that USDT from SafePal. Open the app, find your USDT balance, and tap send.
You're initiating the transfer out of SafePal now.
Paste that Binance deposit address, but double check it again. Make sure it's the right one, no typos, no mix-ups.
One wrong character and your funds are gone.
And now, the second critical part. Make sure you've selected the matching network. In our case, TRC20, the same as you chose in Binance. They have to match.
No exceptions here.
Okay, next, you'll be asked how much USDT you want to send. Pro tip from the video. Leave a little bit behind in SafePal to cover any future transaction fees.
Like keeping a little emergency cash in your wallet.
Right. Okay, so you've double-checked the address, triple-checked the network, you've got the right amount, and you're ready to hit send.
Moment of truth.
Take another deep breath. You've done your part. Now it's up to the blockchain to do its thing.
The waiting game begins.
Now, what if the USDT doesn't show up in Binance instantly? Totally normal question.
Yeah, a little nerve-wracking the first few times.
The video explains how to track the transaction. Go back to SafePal and find your transaction history. Tap on the most recent one, it should show you the status. It might say pending at first, which is totally normal.
Sometimes you'll see a transaction ID too, which you can use to look it up on a blockchain explorer.
Then head back to Binance, refresh your wallet page, and once the network confirms your transaction, your USDT will be there.
Could take a few minutes, just depends on the network traffic.
And that's it. Congratulations, listener. You've successfully transferred USDT from SafePal to Binance.
5-5.
But this is about way more than just moving crypto around. It's about taking control of your financial future in this crazy digital world.
Empowerment.
So what's next? Maybe you're thinking about learning to trade on Binance, or maybe you're curious about long-term crypto storage strategies.
Lots to explore for sure.
So much to learn. And the video actually ends on a really interesting note, a little food for thought. Did you know you can potentially earn passive income with your crypto?
Whoa, tell me more.
That's a deep dive for another day, but it just shows you, once you get the hang of managing and moving your digital assets, a whole world of possibilities opens up.
Crypto really is a fascinating space.
It is, and it's only getting more interesting.